Alright guys, decided to make another little video. I'm reloading, actually not reloading, I'm forming 300 blackout brass. About 8-9 months ago when I purchased some once fired 5.56, I separated all of the ones that had like funky necks and other issues that I noticed a lot of the Winchester 5.56 rounds that I had in that once fired had really funky crimps on them, and not crimps as far as the primer pockets go, but the crimp that was actually around the neck. And even when the brass needed to be trimmed, it still wouldn't get rid of that really nasty looking crimp, and I didn't want to try and reload those rounds like that. So it took me a little while to get down to cutting them to create the 300 blackout brass, but I did that yesterday and used a little Harbor Freight saw to cut it down. And then there was a jig that I bought off of Etsy, which I only spent 10 bucks on it, but I should have never bought it. I should have bought the Squirrel Daddy or one of those other jigs that are out there that actually work a lot better. But anyway, so I got them cut down to a decent length. I'm going to try and see what I can get them trimmed to. Before, I was ending up with the original ones that I did, the length would still be somewhere around 1.425. Now I'm getting them down to about a 1.373. So definitely a lot less to have to trim off of them. Since this was already fired brass, I definitely wanted to make sure I didn't cut them too short, because they won't stretch as much when they're being formed. So I'm using my RCBS small base die to do the forming. And once I get them all done, I'm going to get them trimmed up. So it actually turned out to be 210 pieces of brass that I was able to cut. And it took me about, I'd say about 15-20 minutes using the little jig that I had to get them cut. So, but yep, I'm still doing the reloading. Hopefully one of these days soon I'll be able to get a carving video up so you guys can see how that's going with the machine. But just wanted everybody to know that, yeah, I'm still around, I'm still reloading, I'm still a part of the Reloaders Network. Of course, I just need to start posting more articles about it, and look for that to start coming up soon. I definitely plan on doing that. So but right now I'm just forming this brass. Instead of using my lanolin lube, I'm using my RCBS pad with the RCBS case lube. And the reason why is because every time I use the lanolin lube, it seems like it is a pain to get that stuff off. I'm having to run the brass back through my media cleaner. I don't know what's going on with my ultrasonic cleaner, because I've been using the distilled water like it says to, and using a little bit of Dawn soap and even some Lemmy Shine. But the problem that I'm having is it seems like I'm getting some type of rust on the brass, and I don't know why that's happening. So instead of using the ultrasonic cleaner, I just use my dry tumble media the dry tumble media, the Frankfurt Arsenal, and just do it that way. And then I rinse the brass off with hot water, and then dry it in the oven, and that seems to work. It gets the lube and everything off. So I guess that's what I'll keep doing. So, but glad to see everybody still producing videos, and keep up the good work, fellas. So just wanted to give y'all an update. Later, guys. Alright guys, so I'm back. Just got done getting the lube off of these cases. What I did was just went ahead, used some soapy water and hot water, and got the lube off of them. The RCBS lube is water soluble. I have a bunch of the Lee lube, and I know the Lee lube works extremely well. It says that it doesn't affect powder or anything like that, but I really like to get it off of the cases. And if I was going to try and get the lanolin lube off, the best way I found is running through my Frankfurt Arsenal media, and then, you know, with some walnut media, then having to get that stuff off of it, which usually means rinsing it in hot water, and then I put it in the oven. I put it in the oven at about 200 degrees. It dries it off within 15-20 minutes, and they come out pretty clean and look good. So now I'm going to try to trim them. And right here I have my Lee cutter and the 300 blackout. Let's see, yes, it's called the case length gauge, and I'm going to use that to trim the brass, which I do have the Lee quick trim system, but as of right now, I'm just going to give this a shot and see how long it takes to actually trim it. So here we go. Wow. That actually didn't take much at all, so. All right. Let's go ahead and see what size we're trimmed to. So that got it to 1.361, which I'm fine with. I know it says trim length is 1.358, but with this little guy here, for some reason, it doesn't go all the way to the recommended trim length, but I'm okay with that, because if I try to use my quick trim setup for with the quick trim dies, I end up with different variations, and sometimes it'll cut it down to like 1.352, and I really don't want to go shorter than the recommended trim length. So I'm going to use the primer pocket reamer uniformer, and I have it. I went ahead and set this guy up using one of the cases that Kyle Lusk sent me. So all you do is just stick it on there, you put it down, raise this up, and it works just fine. I know they have the universal ones now that you can use where, you know, this portion of it is flat and it keeps you from going too deep, but I already have this guy, so I'm not going to spend more money just to get another one. And this one works absolutely fine. I make sure myself that I don't go down too far. I don't put a lot of pressure on it at all. So, but this is where I'm at, guys. Got one down and 209 more to go. So thank you guys for watching the video. Shout out to Mr. JH586, Jamie. Love you, brother. Sorry it's been a while since I've done some videos, but I'm going to get back to it here. So I'll talk to you guys later.